Hola, clase. Okay, so the book kind of jumps around a little bit, which is frustrating, but at the same time, this chapter should be super easy because it's stuff that you all already know, that we already reviewed. So the subjunctive with adverb clauses, again, this is a review, so hopefully you remember everything. We have the escapa clauses, so en caso de que, sin que, con tal de que, antes de que, para que, a fin de que, y a menos que. Okay, so these are the conjunctions of uncertainty, and remember, you always use the subjunctive with these no matter what. So in case, unless, as long as, before, so that, unless. Always subjunctive no matter what. So enseño para que ustedes, para que, so we have to use subjunctive, and ustedes for aprender would be aprendan. I teach so that you all learn. Present tense, present subjunctive. Past tense, fui a la fiesta sin que mis padres saber. So sin que doesn't matter present or past. I still have to use a subjunctive because fui is in the past. I have to use the past subjunctive. So the past subjunctive for saber. Remember, you go to the ellos, ellas, ustedes of the verb in the preterite. So the preterite ellos, ellas, ustedes would be supieron. Take off the ron and add ra, ras, ra, ramos, ran. Mis padres would be supieran. So I went to the party without my parents knowing. Supieran. Does not matter if I have present, past, conditional, future, whatever. I always use the subjunctive with these clauses or with these conjunctions. Okay, next we have the conjunctions of time, and of course, remember, these are a little bit more tricky. So we have cuando, which is when, después de que, after, and cuanto, as soon as, hasta que, until, tan pronto como, as soon as. And remember, you only use these when you have something that hasn't happened yet. So there's a few different things you want to think about. If you have a habitual action, for example, yo siempre jugaba al Mario Kart cuando llegar a casa, which is true. When I was a teenager, like every day that I got home from high school, I would play Mario Kart. So do we use the subjunctive here? No, because it's a habitual action. It's something that always used to happen. It's not something that hasn't happened yet. So siempre jugaba al Mario Kart cuando llegaba. I'm going to use the imperfect because I have siempre when I arrived at my house. Not subjunctive because it's something habitual. And doesn't matter whether this is present or past. If it's habitual, it's not subjunctive. If it's a completed action, so fui a la tienda tan pronto como dejar de llover. So I went to the store as soon as it stopped raining. This is a completed action. Therefore, I'm not going to use the subjunctive. I'm going to use the preterite. I went to the store as soon as it stopped raining. Future. This is a command. Limpia la casa hasta que. So clean the house until you get tired. You have not cleaned the house yet. So this is something that still has not happened. Therefore, I have to use the subjunctive. So te canses. So hopefully you remember these rules pretty well. If you have a conjunction of time and something that hasn't happened yet, you have to use a subjunctive. But something that we haven't really talked about is that you can have future implied in the past tense. For example, if I use the conditional, dije que lavaría el carro tan pronto como tener tiempo. So I said that I would wash the car as soon as I had time. At this point in time, when I said I would wash the car, this was in the future, right? So I had not had time yet. So to me, at this time, this is the future. Therefore, I have to use the subjunctive, right? Because I have a conjunction of time, tan pronto como, and something that had not happened yet at this time. So I have to use a subjunctive for tener, which would be tuviera, because the ellos, ellos, ustedes is tuvieron. Take off the ron and add ra, ras, ra, ramos, ran. You can also use a future in the past when you have something like iba a. So nosotros íbamos a ir a la playa después de que terminar los exámenes. So we were going to go to the beach after we finished the exams. At this time, we had not finished the exams yet. So finish the exams was still in our future, which means I have to use the subjunctive. So termináramos is going to be the past subjunctive for terminar. Because remember, terminaron, take out the ron, add ra, ras, ra, ramos, ran, and nosotros always has an accent right before ramos. So again, you can have the future implied. If you have a conjunction of time, you can have the future implied even if it's in the past, because at the moment of whatever is happening, the next thing still hasn't happened yet. Therefore, you have to use a subjunctive. Hopefully this makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.